Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to open the meeting of the Advance Town Council meeting order to conduct business on behalf of citizens of Advance, Indiana, here from various departments as to progress of their activity. Folks is invited to attend as an observer of the council meeting and are occasionally allowed to particular subsidy. We, the town council, adopt rules of order. No one shall speak unless recognized by the council president. Once recognized, the speaker shall stand, state their name, state their purpose. When addressing the council, speaker shall remain on the subject of discussion, should not introduce any new matter for further discussion. No profanity or vulgarity will allow by the council discussion. Those who are allowed to speak from the government will to speak 3 minutes the first time, 2 minutes the second time, 1 minute the third. Matter of current session. Council by statute is the final authority in all matters to this session shall conduct the meeting in such a way as deemed necessary to maintain order and proceeding. If you would like to discuss a new concern, request a speak card must be completed. Return your card no later than Wednesday prior to the council meeting. Forms received after that down and placed on the meeting's agenda. The county council can make reasonable steps to maintain order in the meeting, including removal of any person who is willfully disruptive during the meeting. First on the agenda, engineering report from Gary Kelly.
So the only thing we have from Gary is he went ahead and did the closeout letter for our community crossing letter that he had to send to NDOT. So we've already been authorized to sign everything, so we can sign that. And then when I have a cancel check, we'll submit on paperwork to NDOT.
Approved meeting minutes from the August 19th.
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 19th, 2025.
Second. On favor, say aye. Ratification of December
We
9th.
got those special meeting minutes too, if you want to.
And
August
I
25th.
make a motion to approve special meetings from August 25th, 2025.
Second. On favor, say aye. All opposed. Ratification of December 9th, 2024, President Caldwell's appointment as president.
So the reason for that is when the auditors were doing my audit, they were reading the meeting minutes and they never, I had it in written minutes, but I didn't type it up, so we just need to ratify it, even though we took a motion, so that I'm compliant on that.
We just say, well, I ratify
Because
President to ratify President Caldwell as the president.
Okay. All fair, say aye. All opposed. Council consider claims for September 8th, 2025.
Make a motion to pay the claim for September 2025.
Second.
All fair, say aye.
Let me make some signatures. And claims for September were $713.69. And the reason for the increase was we got out the community crossing grant.
So next up, you got to Sherry.
Sign off on reconciliation. So the reconciled balance was $2,490,546.54, and the fund balance was the same. This,
going.
Okay. Was there any questions on the fund or appropriation report for the month of August? Okay, adjustments for, it says July on the agenda, but it says be August. There's a fire department adjustment for 182.73, and, there you go. And one was it was a zero amount for a data entry error, and one mismaking an account active for the billing file of $228.55 for a total of $45.82. We don't send the first one, so it's the motion for.
Motion to approve the billing adjustments for August.
Motion for the adjustments in August.
Second.
I got a motion carried, approved.
We just need a motion.
All in favor, say aye.
And who was second on that? Same. Okay, thanks. There's no update on tracks.
Nothing.
So when, I had my audit, I presented the, outstanding out of balances to the auditor. And he said with council approval, I can receive these back in. So one was an out of balance from March 22 of $25 that I couldn't find. And one was a negative 1 cent. Those have been since 2022. So I just need authorization to receive those back in.
And get a motion to receive those back in.
Make a motion to receive those back in.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The State Board for Accounts audit is done. There will be a final, report, and at least as many as possible, I remember, but I'd like for everybody to attend that, to listen to what good or bad Sherry did. And if they put their cups under, you know, orange jumpsuit, we get the money. Up next.
Oh, I was, one thing I didn't have, I just want to let the council know, I got Amanda and I signed up for the AIM Idea Summit, and we got an Airbnb, so we could both stay in it, because the hotel block was sold out, and we got both of us in for the price of one, so that was really exciting.
Yes, next up, Park.
We have an ARC race coming up, September the 13th. There's only a 10-day, notice, so no officers available to open the concession stand that day. There will be people wanting to camp, and the RC Club has been informed the vehicles and trailers must remain on paved areas and not in the grass. The camping fee will be $25 per RV tent van spending the night. They will need a display a permit issued by the park board on Friday. The burn pile is gone. We had a fun time on Sunday. Keystone donated 2.5 gallons of weed killer for the walking trail, so we're gonna get with these guys and,
He can help you,
okay,
get you, hook up the weight sprayer.
yeah, hook up the weed sprayer and spray the trail. We'll be in the park, September 19th or the 20th. Is that not here? Still good?
Yeah, no, that's, we just gotta decide tomorrow which of those 2 days.
And then, we'll get the rule sign up this week. I just need to get some washers. We'll need to get toilet paper and paper towels from Menards this week to stock the bathrooms for Friday and Saturday. So.
I have Menards bucks, what are those called?
Rebate.
Rebate money, I have rebate money if you'd like to use those, so you don't have to spend anything.
Cool. Awesome. And new business, the day of service with Festool will be Tuesday, September the 30th. Jeepers Creepers 2, the flyers are out.
Not for the 3.
Okay, Jeepers Creepers 2 is gonna be on Friday, October the 24th at 7 p.m. at the park. The flyers made, we will have trunk or treat, music, costume contest, free hot dogs, treat bags, hopefully the haunted trail if that works out. The fundraising for the park, we're talking about doing a chicken noodle dinner. The date is to be determined. We were thinking, in November, but we opted to move, possibly to December only because people are gonna be getting ready for Thanksgiving. Email was sent to the Jamesville chapter of DAR about next year's banners. And that's it for me.
The winners, but we just want more or different?
We want more people to
Every
participate.
year, those only go up for 1 year.
Do we have to take them down?
Or
If you
what?
want to be involved in their program, you have to take them down. And she said usually they start to look tattered. I think ours still look pretty pristine, but, it hasn't been through winter yet, so who knows?
Except for the one hit by the mail truck.
I asked her about that when we first started dealing with her, because I'm like, can we do it every other year, you know, and she's like, no.
It's only $125 per banner, so if somebody needs help to get a banner, we would like to get Bill's banner up this year. We do have a picture for him, so we will be getting a banner for Bill.
One thing I'm gonna throw this out. Next year is the 250th anniversary of the United States. I think the town of Advance ought to come up with a party, not on Memorial Day, Labor Day, or 4th of July, somewhere in between all this stuff, because everybody else is gonna be doing stuff in those holidays.
Yeah,
Let's pick a date between Memorial Day, 4th of July, or between 4th of July and Labor Day, for us all get together and have a big party in Advance.
sounds like a plan.
We need, Keith, can you help us get the alcohol permits?
You have to drink alcohol.
We should have a pizza place open that will have alcohol.
No, they would have alcohol.
Yeah, Sunday with pizza.
He'll just run it out the side door.
That's it for the park. Move on.
Check the laws on that. I'm in, banners. There's one been made for Keith Witt.
No, but we can,
I want one for Keith Witt, I want that.
okay, we'll get you the paperwork as soon as we get it in our hands.
And then for the Jeeper things, one thing that you guys might want to think of, do a, contest for the Jeeps.
Jeeps, I was thinking about
For
that.
See, yeah,
not for the coolest Jeep, but for all the vehicles,
the best time,
the best
decorations.
decoration,
Yep.
Yeah,
you might want to do that. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
I was gonna run by Carrie to see if that's something she thought would be cool, so.
Don't worry
I
about
gotta
it,
figure.
just do it.
She'll do it. Yeah.
I'm VP, so we're.
There you go.
Anything else in the park?
no, sir.
Utility contractors report, UMAC.
Real quick, the reason on is last year that the race that's coming up, they had on Labor Day weekend. And because I remember that, because it was supposed to be Saturday, it rained, they had to have it on Sunday, we couldn't attend because we have our family meeting that day every year. For some reason, they messed around and changed it to this weekend, but he didn't let me know until the end of last week. Well, we had a show out of town and the Hurlises have a 4-day camping thing that they've already signed up for. So I let him know, and so he's like, well, hopefully Jawbone will be open. I was like, they should be Saturday during the day, you know? So
Be good for job.
that's why that happened like that.
Is that it? Are you guys done? Next,
Yeah,
utility report, UMAC.
And I make flyers if you give me the email. For UMAC, and I apologize, I forgot to get the bill and, comps, so I will get that. Both water and wastewater plants are running as they should with no violations. The generator at the wastewater treatment plant is up and running. The water service lines have been identified in the ledger report. The data will be put into the portal. The treatment plant looks good, and Nathan is working on creating a list of what items can be discarded. West has been notified to proceed with the well work, and will let us know when they have to start date.
Hopper report next.
Yeah, we pretty much just have 2 jobs, the water leaking, and
Jason Reed. Info. Report.
For INFA for the month of August, they had 3 service requests and poles were installed, and there was 1 emergency.
Okay. Different commissioner report. Exciting news. Tracking factors going down in the 4th quarter. top of the list, right?
We're taking.
I don't know about fourth quarter, I have third quarter here.
But then,
This is, isn't it third? Is it fourth? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I thought it was third.
no question, are you?
We are. It is, sorry. I would have done that audit for a while.
Yeah, fourth quarter, basically dropped the penny per kilo. Which is a little bit, that's better than, for RMC probably going up 10 cents per watt. Commissioner report, that's the only thing I've got for right now, because, like I said, INPA's shutting down all their, they're not gonna add any more solar panels. They are putting in a battery plant in Richmond, that's the end of that. There's not a lot of money, no federal money coming in to support the projects like they were, so
They're just not adding anymore, or they're shutting some down?
they're putting on a hold for right now. They're not building any new ones, and they're building, they're getting under, just on the wire for the batteries, because they can get a little bit of compensation for that. But no more batteries, no more.
So do we need to make a motion for the tracking back? I'll make a motion to accept the third quarter tracking back.
Fourth quarter.
Sorry, it's my
Fourth quarter,
fault.
whatever quarter.
All in favor, say aye.
So wait, what's the point of getting a battery if they're not gonna do anything? Like, is there gonna be able to
Just
transfer?
lower the power. so
But if
that
they're not generating any more
It's
solar
true,
power.
They're still generating, they're not building any more plants.
Okay, just turn on the pool.
The batteries are to store electricity, so at night, when it's not generating electricity, you run off the batteries.
And what the solar parks do is shave the peak factor, like in the summertime, when everybody wants power, there's a lot of solar panels out there. Okay? And that's what that's for, and those batteries will help store that, because they have to, like, the rules and regulations, they have to store, have so much capacity for power, they have to have so much backup, because they've got a couple of big generators I'm putting at Anderson for a backup. It's a natural gas fired generator. So when the coal fired generator reaches a certain point, then you start kicking in these natural gas fired plants to make up the difference. And when you run out of those, then you gotta buy them on the net, and it's, in other words, instead of 4 or 5 cents a kilowatt,
Whatever's going rate.
50 cents, 50 to 90. Okay, so we don't want that. All right, that answer your question?
Yes. Thanks. I have a question to ask.
Yeah, look at that, it's finished. Next up is fire department.
For August, on the EMS run, we had 9 headaches and boo-boos. Motor vehicle accidents, we had 5 different ones, and cars decided to make out in the middle of the street or climb trees. We had 8 canceled because they decided they didn't want to see us. We had 2 fires, both Wiener Roast, that they did not invite us to. Person's in distress, she fallen and she couldn't get up. And we had 3 false alarms. They didn't need anything, but they just wanted to see us or find her out alive.
Any question about the fire report? Police report.
We had 16 runs in August, 3 were accidental calls for 911. Another call on Bob Hill's log. I know animal control gave it until the end of July to get that dog out of there. She said that. I told her not to run any bluffs on the hills. They'll call her on it, I guess they have. We had an open door on a vacant house, the house for sale down here on West Wall. Owner of the house got there, door was unlocked. He freaked out, called the police, and they sent a canine out to search it. That ended up being 2 rounds. There's overtime for officers to patrol the bus stops. One of the officers got marked out here in town to watch the bus stops and made overtime on it. And 2 to assist the medics. We had an argument between a father and a son, and then we had a fight between juvenile brothers. Ended up being a pretty good fight. ECS is involved. the boys have been separated between parents. I don't think we're gonna have any more problems with that. We had a homeless guy at the church. I don't know why it is, but in the last 2 weeks, I've seen about 6 or 8 homeless people working towards Advance. They're staying in the woods behind Buckaroos. And for some reason, they're walking towards Advance. I've seen them on 50 South about 4 times now. So, but they went to the church, this guy went to the church, and they fed him and sent him on his way, so. And the last run was we had to run to Keith Witt's house. That ended up being a bad deal.
Yes.
I have to say that I went through and wrote down everyone that had passed away at town here since I've been in Marshall, there's been 31. It's a little over 8 years, we've had 31 people. I don't know if our population is getting younger or what it is, but it's kind of sad we're losing our older people so fast. You got the mileage on the trucks, you'd have it. John got us another speed sign, you probably noticed the 2 speed signs up, we got the solar panel on the lawn working. I know this today for a little while it didn't work, so I think the battery runs down when the sun goes down and then it picks up and starts working again, so we're trying to see. We didn't put it in spots where we really like to see it. We put it in the easiest spots that we need to work at, so. John got the one on the trailer, now that's a $7,000 or $8,000 speed sign, John got that donated to us for free. So there's no cost to that one, that's pretty expensive one.
Nice.
So we still got one more that needs it needs an antenna for it. When we sell the 13 Tahoe, if whoever buys it doesn't want the antenna, we'll take one off that. I think it'll work in the speed of radar sign, so we'll have 3 of them that we can put up. So, but other than that, that's all I have.
Code enforcement.
Oh yeah, I wanted to mention about that 407 South Main, he's back hauling scrap. Was he told to stop,
Yes.
stop?
The judge told me he could not scrap anymore, and he better clean the place up and keep it clean, or he'd hit that $9,200 fine plus more.
If we have to go back, you're gonna have to pay us a fine. I don't know, we're gonna keep paying legal fees because he doesn't do what he's supposed to. We're gonna need to find money to pay our attorney. He's gonna have to pay it. He's hauling scrap in there every day. Again.
Okay.
I've sent Whitsitt some photos. I don't know if Tom Whitsitt has contacted you, Jim, but he's back scrapping full board.
I may call him probably tomorrow or the next day and ask him what he's doing with that. He may just turn it over to the judge and let the judge send him a letter saying, pay your fine.
He fixed that one truck and then it broke down again and it's not moving. He was supposed to fix that truck. And, I don't know.
One of the process I think that helped with the town would be at the marshal and deputy marshal and the reserves would drive around town and identify the properties that need to be improved and turn that list into the court treasurer, let her drop them a letter, and the marshal and the reserve check those places. It's not done in a proper manner, that we have our attorney drop them letters with the thing, and in 30 days or whatever the time frame is like that, we start running tickets to them. We're gonna do something to make things better.
Most of the time when I stop and talk to somebody, they fix it on their own. We haven't had to send them letters. There was a house on South Main that had a bunch, they hadn't been mowing their backyard, and the weeds got about that high. And I couldn't see it from the street, so I didn't know if the neighbors complained. When I stopped and asked them, they took care of it right away.
And there's a lot of them that are not complaining, even close. Okay?
I know, one of the 2 brothers got in a fight, one of them moved in with his dad, Nate Holiday, he was one of the boys that mowed grass around town. So he was one of the ones that, whenever I had a complaint, I'd tell people to call him and let him do it. So we lost an asset there in town for that, so.
Okay.
Jake's been stepping up though.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, how you doing on your GED program?
Right now, we got six or seven people in the program. Everywhere I go, I have people asking me about it now. Since Lebanon dropped their program. we're gonna get a lot more.
Did you get the one gal that reached out to me and then?
Yeah, she just started, so, yeah,
Maybe from other counties as well, right, or?
we don't care.
You got anything else, Brad?
No, that's it.
Okay. Comcast full attachments update.
Is still in attorney negotiations.
BCA appointment, we need somebody for the appeals of BCA. Somebody,
Just talked to Sheldon on the way home from work, if he's interested, so
Okay.
get whoever needs the property.
He just wanted information about it, so we can get, yeah, good.
Yeah, and I didn't see it till yesterday.
That's okay. All right, well, we'll reach out to
And if he
He's
doesn't,
ready.
if he, for some reason, leave, so he courtesy calls it, and then, Clint McNamara also, I told him all to come talk to you, but there's 3 options, or the other.
He's sound pretty good.
yeah, next is eminent domain on the right of way going through Brewer's property. We talked about, doing the eminent domain, so we actually own that driveway, and Mr. Brewer has no say over it. He really has no say over it right now, but he thinks he does. I read the agreement that was put between the town and him a long time ago, and it says that we have the right to maintain it, and he can use it. And that's all it says. If he wants to use it, he can use it, but we have the rights to maintain it or use it anytime we want to. So my question is, do we want to go ahead with eminent domain and take it away from him?
I think you should. If something goes down later on, why was it sells?
What do you guys think? I'm just waiting for answers.
Now, I don't know, I mean, it's not gonna be like her much longer, you know that. Is it worth it spending the money to do that? Or do we go ahead and do it so after they're gone and it settles and
But it was at state, as it stated, if he passes away,
Nothing in there about that.
so it would just go to the next owner, and they can fight the next owner.
Okay.
I would say it.
If you guys show me our court attorney and tell them to start proceeding with the eminent domain, for them to be as cheap as they possibly can. Can I get a motion to proceed with the eminent domain?
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. New business council to consider, ordinance 2025-03, that's an ordinance for the use of public records for commercial purposes. What that means is somebody can't take our records and sell them to somebody else. Can I get a motion to approve that?
I was just gonna get a little bit more. In my office, probably 90% of the public records requests are companies that are compiling data. I don't have time to fill all these, I mean, I get.
Someone read that ordinance in.
It's an ordinance to prohibit the use of public records for commercial purposes. It's ordinance 2025-03. Whereas Indiana Code 5-14-3, the Access to Public Records Act, APRA, provides that a person has the right to access information regarding the government and official acts of public officials and employees, and that government officials have a responsibility to provide that information. And whereas the town of Advance, the town makes every effort to comply with the Indiana Access to Public Records Act. And whereas the town receives requests for public records from individuals and entities that use or intend to use public records for commercial purposes. And whereas in order to respond to a request for public records to be used for commercial purposes, the town commits considerable time, resources, and taxpayer money. And whereas Indiana Code 5-14-3-3E specifically permits the town to prohibit the use of public records requests under Code 5-14-3-3 for commercial purposes. And whereas pursuant to Indiana Code 5-14-3-3, commercial purpose includes to sell, advertise, or solicit the purchase of merchandise, goods, or services, or sell, loan, give away, or otherwise deliver the information obtained by the request to any person for these purposes. And whereas the provision of public records for commercial purposes is not an essential function of a representative government, and such provision unnecessarily exhausts public resources for the benefit of profit businesses. Now therefore be it ordained by the town council of the town of Evanston, Indiana, that section 1, any individual or entity receiving public records or information pursuant to a request made under Indiana Code 5-14-3-3 shall not use the records or information for commercial purposes. This prohibition does not apply to the use of such records in connection with the preparation or publication of news, for nonprofit activities, or for academic research. Section 2, when the town reasonably believes the intent of the requester of public records is to use those records for commercial purposes, the town may refuse the request. Section 3, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval and publication according to law, passes by the town council of Athens, Indiana, this 8th day of September 2025.
Can I get a motion to approve that?
I'll make the motion to suspend the second reading.
All in favor, say aye.
I'll make the motion to pass ordinance 2025-03.
All in favor, say aye.
That's how I always be able to send this and you've done so much.
Okay, next up is we got surplus at the sewer plant. There's some, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We got adjustment for 305 East Wall Street. See adjustment.
They called the after hours phone, and reportedly on 7/9/25, the town's contractor responded and concluded that the leak was on the customer side, water was turned off, pending customer having the leak repaired, and to save up for the repair. On 8/25, the customer dug up and exposed the leak, and it appeared to be within 12 inches of the customer side of the meter that the town is responsible for. The town's contractor responded and determined the leak was in fact within the town's responsibility. Water leak was repaired by town's contractor and service was restored on 8/27/25. Due to leak being within the town's responsibility, the customer could not file a claim with Servline to have the leak recovered. Since usage was of no fault of the customer beyond their control, the town will be writing off the amount above customer's normal amount.
How much is it?
$313.25 for water and $122.84 for sewer.
Okay.
I make the motion to accept the adjustment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next up, there.
Let me have everybody sign this real quick.
Next up is the surplus at the sewer plant. There's a bunch of basically what I call junk down there that needs to be getting got rid of. It should have been done 2 or 3 years ago. So if we surplus it, we can get rid of it. It has no value at all. So I'm just asking for a motion to surplus it and remove it.
I'll make the motion to surplus the junk. Sure.
Okay, I'll find somebody to take care of it. All right?
Are you gonna take all that paint to the,
I'm gonna take, there's a bunch of paint there inside one of the buildings that are epoxy paint. There's probably 30, 40 gallons of toxic paint. Epoxy paint, I'm gonna take that over to the toxic waste at the police department on Saturday. Right? I'll hold that over, charging $14, $15 a mile. No, I'll just take it over a mile, get rid of it. I'm just glad to get rid of that because we got problems with IDAM about the weeds, about the junk and all that kind of stuff. Once we get that cleaned up, I don't think we're gonna have any problems with IDAM on that issue. Who knows what else? We're gonna do.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
That was like the shortest meeting ever.
No.
We can go watch football now.
Thank you, Dale. I told you, you talked about this.
Sherry, you have.
32 minutes or something.
it was short.
I don't have this paper.
I started at 37, but it didn't actually start on that, so.
It's 12 minutes more updates.